Just when you think compassion is dead, empathy has dissipated, and humanity has taken a turn for the worse, something happens that can make Aveline say, "Hey man, great stuff."
Welcome back to SourceFed. I'm Steven Suptic.
And I'm Ava Gordy. The Boy Scouts of America will now be accepting transgender boys into their organization. Hey man, great stuff.
The Boy Scouts of America, also known as acronym CHBOZs, have been steadily evolving with our changing culture for years.
In 2013, over 1,400 Boy Scout leaders from across the country voted on accepting openly gay members. 60% approved the motion that no member should be denied on the basis of sexual orientation or preference alone.
That move was seen as a big milestone for the organization, much like when I was accepted to Little Boys Earth School.
That doesn't sound like a real thing.
It's very much a real thing, Ava. Little Boys Earth School was an organization my family created.
Just so they would accept you into it? Because that was the only thing you could get in.
And I got 2 gold stars and 1 Transformer toy for Little Boys Earth School. Want to hear more?
Find out more on SourceFed.
The top leaders have been urging for change while facing emphatic opposition from conservative parents and volunteers.
Much like when I faced emphatic opposition in the morning meeting today for thinking Drake has genuine writing talent.
A rapper with a ghostwriter. What the f*** happened?
I really don't believe it.
Every time something like this happens, people threaten that they will quit the organization, but the vote from 2013 helped the Boy Scouts be more on the progressive side, with up-and-coming parents that they'll need to cater to in order to keep the Scouts running.
Up-and-coming parents sounds like a hip parent band, about to win the Grammy for Best New Artist. Anyway, after the acceptance of gay members, the LGBTQ+ community pushed for equality in leadership and volunteers.
And then in July 2015, TBS Boys announced that it's lifting the ban on gay adults as Scout leaders. On Monday, July 27th, the National Executive Board ratified a resolution removing the national restriction on openly gay leaders and employees, said Boy Scouts of America President Robert Gates.
And just yesterday, January 30th, Boy Scouts announced that transgender boys will be allowed to join the Boy Scouts of America for the first time.
Hooray! For boys. Previously, the organization only allowed members who were registered as male on their birth certificates. From their statement, for more than 100 years, the Boy Scouts of America, along with schools, youth sports, and other youth organizations, have ultimately deferred to the information on an individual's birth certificate to determine eligibility for our single-gender programs. However, that approach is no longer sufficient as communities and state laws are interpreting gender identity differently, and these laws vary widely from state to state.
In the fall of 2016, 8-year-old Joe Maldonado had to leave his troop in Secaucus, New Jersey, when parents and leaders found out he was transgender.
According to CBS Miami, a Boy Scouts representative called his mother yesterday to tell her the organization would allow her son to re-enroll in his troop. Maldonado said she would like her son to rejoin the Secaucus troop, but only if the scout leader who threw him out of the troop leaves.
The statement from the organization did not specifically reference Joe Maldonado, however. They say the change came from a larger conversation happening in regards to gender identity around the country.
All is not calm in the ocean of boys, however. Of course, with such a big change to such a notable organization, there's going to be backlash. Trail Life USA, a religious scouting program with over 30,000 members, was saddened by the Boy Scouts' decision.
Trail Life chairman John Stemberger stated, "It's the beginning of the end of what Boy Scouts used to mean. It's really a sad move." But despite backlash, Zach Walls, the co-founder of the group Scouts for Equality, said, "The decision to allow transgender boys to participate in Cub Scouts and the Boy Scouts is an important step forward for this American institution."
So how do you feel about transgender boys being accepted into the Boy Scouts of America?
My question is, when will there be Boy Scout cookies?
I want boy-flavored cookies. Caramel Delights? More like Mint Boys.
Tag-alongs? More like peanut butter daddies.
Sugar Drops? More like Wet Boys Cookies. I'm Steven Suptic.
And I'm Ava Gordy. Thank you for watching.
Hey, my little sister's selling Girl Scout cookies. How many boxes can I put you down for? What do you mean I've never spoken to you before? I mean, come on, we sit next to each other in French class.
The official name of the combined case is Obergefell v. Hodges, which will go down in history with other landmark cases such as Roe v. Wade and Brown v. Board of Education.